we're all busy, right? Because that's what I hear. The number one challenge for women is they say like, oh my gosh, I'm just so busy, right? You're just so busy and you're just not doing the things that would really help you, right? Because you're overwhelmed, you're too burned out to even think about what's the next step. It's just too much on your plate. It's kind of, I always picture, you know, that Thanksgiving plate where we all think we can't go back for seconds or something, but we just pile everything on that one plate and we're going to the table like, I hope this doesn't fall. That's how I feel women live. We just pile things up on that Thanksgiving plate. Like we just pile it on and that's what we think is normal, right? And you probably have built your life for that to be normal for you. But what if there was another way? What if there was another way to create time in your day? And you're probably thinking, well, we can't add hours, Diana. Yeah, you're right. We cannot add more hours. We have 24 hours, right? But here's how I add more hours to my day. I look at value. Taking a look at what you value is going to add time to your day. Because I guarantee, almost 100%, I'm willing to bet on it, that you're doing things in your day that have no value to you. That you're just doing them because you've done them for years. You're doing them because you're afraid of what other people might think if you don't do them. You're also doing them because you want to look good to other people. What will they think? The other day I was having a conversation with one of my clients, my one-on-one private clients, and she said something like, well, I'm not sure they're gonna, like, I don't know if she used the word they. And I asked her, who is they? And she just was like, I don't know. Like in that moment, she was like, I have no idea who they is. We get so used to saying they are going to get hurt. They are going to be mad at me. But when you really think about it, it's like, who are these imaginary they? Because I guarantee that you're doing things in your day that are based on things that are not real. Like you don't value them. You're just doing because you're following. This is what all moms do. This is what, this is what my family does. This is what my sister did. This is what my mom did. Like we're not stopping to ask ourselves, what do I value? Right? And so here's how you immediately add time in your day. You ask yourself, when you look at your calendar for today and you look at what you have, think about it. What is it in my day that I value? And if you see if they're not like a hell yes, I heard a speaker once and she said, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. And ever since I heard that, that is how I function my life. If I don't have it to give, if it is not in my priority of what I consider value in my life, then I don't need to be spending time just because they will think I'm a snob or they will think something. Who is they? Who are they? So does that make sense, guys? Give me a yes if that is making sense. So when you are feeling overwhelmed, when your schedule is booked with all these things to do, it's a hell no. Yes, right? Yes, I talked to Sela for that. Yes, Kevin. Okay, so you know what I'm saying? Like that is how you add time to your day, is you start to create a life of value. Not because this is what other people expect you to do, or because you haven't stopped to question. Do you know, a lot of times, I know for me in my life, there was a time that I was literally just doing things because I had done them for years. Like I never stopped to ask myself, how is that serving me? How do I value that? I was spending time doing things that were not like, I didn't want to do them, right? I didn't want to do them. And when I looked around, the people that mattered to me, the people that I value, they didn't care either. They didn't care. So I thought, what am I doing? Getting all worked up, all overwhelmed, trying to impress they, right? So we want to add more value to our days. Rachel Hollis, the other day, she was talking and she said, you can tell what people value by what's on their calendar and how they spend their money. And that's so true. And so really take a look at, how is it that you're spending your days? What are you doing? And looking at how to organize your day to where it is dense with value. I don't do anything in my day that doesn't contribute to the quality of life that I have. If I don't have it to give, if it's not important, then it's a hell no. And maybe some people, whoever they is, I don't care what they think, right? Because they're not in my inner circle. My circle, my tribe knows that I function my life out of value. Okay, so take a look. So that's the challenge. Okay, that's the challenge for today, even for this weekend. Take some time as you look at how you're spending your weekend. I'll tell you one thing that before I go into closing up, it reminded me when I think of the weekend. So let me tell you one thing that I used to do a lot that brought me horrible frustration. I used to wake up on Saturdays, and I'm a working mom, right? I've always been working. And Saturdays was kind of like my cleaning day. Like I just spent all Saturday cleaning, laundry, all that stuff, right? And I would be so angry. I would literally, somebody's relating, they're doing a little hearts, right? I would be so angry that I had to do it, right? I would be like, my kids would be like, hey, what do we do? I'm like, I don't have time. Don't you know that I have things to do and you're messy? And I would yell at them. And, and I was like the sergeant. I was like a sergeant on Saturday morning. Who wants to wake up to that? I don't. I literally don't, right? And I was expecting my kids to be okay with that, right? And then I would be mad because they were mad, they were upset. And then I'd be like, this house is, and we would just go round and round. Can anyone relate to that? And I started to realize that is not important to me. Like having all that on a Saturday, like I'm just wasting joy. I'm like trading, like I want frustration over joy. That doesn't even make sense, right? So I started to look at, okay, how can I prioritize myself, my time, so that on Saturdays, I'm actually spending it doing things that add value to my life, right? I'm not saying not to do your laundry, ladies, but what I'm saying is that there needed to be a workaround. And I did. I found a workaround. I found different ways. During the week, I tried to delegate more so that on Saturdays, I wake up and I don't have to do all that. Okay. So it's really about being real strategic with how you spend your day so that you can live your life out of value. And so for me, we don't have a housekeeper every month or whatever, but we do sometimes hire someone to clean our house. But I do it because I'm like, I rather not spend money on a new pair of shoes or a new pants or eating out. Like I'd rather have a clean house so that I don't have to do it, so that I'm not frustrated on Saturday morning. Okay, so it's really about being really intentional about how is it that I want to show up in my day. And I'll tell you this, ladies, if you start to do that, if you start to live out of like, what do I value? You're going to have a lot of time, because things that you don't value are going to be off the schedule. So that's how you create time in your day, is that you just do things that you value. And you know what they think, what they want is literally none of your business. So who's with me? Who is ready? Give me a little thumbs up. I'll tell you what, I'm ready for some coffee, and I'm ready to relax. Okay, ladies. Well, thanks for showing up. Oh, we got some, yes, I'm seeing some hearts. So a couple of things before I wrap up, ladies. Actually, we have a couple of gentlemen. So for whoever's watching this, okay, I got a couple of things. One is, if you want to watch that replay, of the self-care masterclass, let me know that you want to listen to that, and I can send that link so that you can watch that class. It was fire. I mean, I'm not just saying that because I was teaching it, but I got a lot of feedback from the people who attended. And then the other thing to kind of keep an eye out, for the next 4 days, I am going to be talking about this program, the Self-Care Bootcamp. It closes, well, today's day 1, so it closes in 3 days. This program is a 5-week self-care boot camp. It is a group coaching model. We start September 8th. So if you are interested, I'm seeing, yeah, I'll send that, guys, to you. If you're interested in knowing more about the program, reach out to me, or you could go to my website, dianagintuspeaks.com/coaching. I'll add that also to this video. Guys, have a great Friday. You guys rock. Thanks for showing up, and I'll see you guys.